Welcome to a new episode of See the Little Things. If you're new to this channel, my name is Mandy and I live on this 36-foot boat together with Alex. We upload a new video of our adventures every Saturday, so if you want to know what boat life is like, please hit that subscribe button. And if you are thinking about buying your own boat, this is how that decision changed my life. When we closed the door on our brick home in Berlin and moved into our floating home in Greece, we had done our research, right? I mean, after all, we are project managers and we prepared well. We kind of knew what to expect of boat life, and we knew it would be a test, physically, mentally, and relationship-wise. It has been almost 8 months since we left our old life behind. We had many ups and downs trying to adjust to a completely different lifestyle. It's not always as simple as we thought, but it's definitely worth all of our troubles. The challenges of this liveaboard lifestyle make us grow as individuals and as a couple. And it changed me in ways I had not anticipated. Because as soon as you get onto a boat, everything gets worse, especially winds and waves. And on shore it's never that bad. And when we were walking back, I said to Alex, I think that's the biggest change for me since we moved onto the boat, is that I perceive weather and certain circumstances so differently, not only when I'm on the boat but also now when I'm on land. I used to love thunderstorms and big winds and kind of like, the violence of nature, because it's kind of awesome. And now I grown a new respect for it, and it kind of frightens me more, even though I still like it, but always in the back of my head when there's a lot of wind or there's waves crashing on rocks, I think, oh God. You just get this new respect and understanding for the violence and also maybe the destruction that nature can cause. When you're in a house, you don't really realize what like extreme winds or big waves can do, because it's so far away. But here you can see how destructive it can be. And I think it's good because you're way more aware of it, which is kind of cool. I wonder that if we go back in winter for like a month maybe and live in a house, if this kind of goes away again, or if you're still always thinking, oof, this would be crazy on a boat. We have been hanging out on the boat quite a lot lately. I think it's been about 5 weeks that we moved almost every 2 days, so didn't have that much time to get off the boat really, and I decided I needed a little bit of me time and a little bit of land time, so I looked for a nice place to work a bit. I gotta say, I found a pretty good spot. It is very freaking awesome. This is my desk. Look, it's a big rock, and I got the ocean and the waves down here, down this big cliff, making some nice relaxing sounds, and I'm liking today. It's good to have some time to yourself. I am not much of a loner. I love having people around me, and on the one hand, you are never alone on a boat. It is always the two of us, and I love being able to spend so much time together. It is one of the main reasons we chose this lifestyle. But it will take your relationship to a different level. You discover how you and the other cope with extreme stress or situations that can potentially become dangerous. It is challenging and exciting at the same time, and if you manage, you will find a whole new dimension to the word trust. It can make you grow more together or more apart. The fact that it is always the two of us made me appreciate being alone way more. You don't only share such a small space, not really able to avoid each other, but you also share the responsibility for the well-being and safety of everybody on the ship and the safety of your home. You don't get a lot of time to be selfish. This made me discover how great complete solitude can be, and that I need to create these moments where I can go ashore and wander off alone. To only be responsible for myself and my own thoughts for a bit, not to avoid the responsibility or Alex, but to create a balance. When living full-time on a boat, you try to become as self-sufficient as possible, so you can be independent and free.
There you go.
we have light!
Living on a boat made me extremely aware of the fact that the main resources we need to live are limited and finite. Water, electricity, food, gas and fuel. You can get it all again, but it will cost you a day or two to restock everything. I became very conscious of the amount of resources we use on a daily basis, and I enjoyed this aspect of boat life a lot, because it makes me less wasteful. Here we only use a fraction of the water, mainly because I don't shower as long anymore and do dishes with salt water, but also we put on an extra sweater when it gets cold instead of turning up the heat. We use solar to generate electricity and travel by wind as much as possible. Because it is such a pain to restock everything, it makes you appreciate it when it's available so much more.
At home, water, electricity, gas, everything is there unlimited. I mean, you open a tap, you put in a plug and it's there. And you can use as much as you want. And here you always have to be very careful with it. And I think it's a really good thing because we use way less and you realize that you consume so much and it's actually really not necessary.
I never considered myself to be much of a girl. I'm not very good with makeup, I'm covered in scars and bruises, and I actually preferred boys' clothes when I was younger. But it turns out I am less tough than I thought.
They're more scared than you of them.
Oh, that's what you think. If you've seen how scared I am, you know I'm more scared of those creatures than they are of me. Ah! God. So the reason I went sailing, because I want to get out of my comfort zone. Sailing really makes you get out of your comfort zone. Especially when you explore lands.
I have a lot of irrational and also a few rational fears, and I'm not very good at dealing with them.
I'm so scared of heights, you have no idea. Oh, it hurts. It just hurts in my feet.
Come on, don't be a baby.
Oh God.
I'm so disappointed.
Oh jeez. I feel like crying. Oh God, I didn't think that was so deep. Oh. Hurts my feet. It is so scary. I'm sweating so much. Oh, that looks awesome though, but oh God. Okay. Oh, that is steep. This is what a drone feels like.
Yeah, you don't need a drone. We just do this.
Oh God.
Fears that didn't really matter much in the surrounding of my city home that I could ignore or avoid now suddenly become something I have to deal with. The main challenge is not to panic when I feel out of control and become insecure. There are a few situations back home that can become dangerous if you hide when you panic. But being on a sailboat with the wind and waves pushing you around, I have to take control sometimes, even when I am not sure how the boat will react. I once jibed in 20 knots, twice in a row actually, and the next time I had to sail downwind with the mains wide open, I literally started crying. I guess these moments make you grow, but it doesn't happen without a little pain. Getting my emotions under control when they get the better of me is one of the biggest challenges boat life presents me with. It doesn't only change me, but also the dynamic of our relationship.
The birds here freak me out a little bit. I'm kind of scared. Actually, I'm scared of water. Did you know that? Because I can't see what's under me. I mean, here it's extremely clear, so I'm good because I can see. And as soon as I go out there and there's seaweed and it just gets dark, I'm freaked out. I need to get over that fear. That's why I'm going out alone. When you go out and sail, the freedom you feel when you do that, you can't compare it to anything else. So it's worth it, but you need to ask yourself if for you that's worth it.
Putting the camera over there.
No, don't do it.
Like,
no! Oh God. So mean. I believe it might be time to go. I hear stuff in the bushes and I'm alone. It's getting dark. I don't want to get eaten by a snake. Although I'm not scared of snakes. I'm more scared of other animals. I don't know what's in here, but it makes noise. I'm gonna go down. Oh, I can hear it. Maybe. Jeez. My phone's vibrating. Help me.
Of course, living on a boat has changed my life in many more ways, but that's a story for another day.
I hope I was able to give you a few helpful insights for if you are considering to become a liveaboard. Got a little bit personal there with the fear part, but I guess we all have some. And if you are already living on a boat, please let me know what are the biggest changes you have gone through. Write it in the comments down below. I am very excited to hear your story. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you liked it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next week.